Friends, myself Ramesh Jadhav. I am an assistant teacher in this school. Today we are going to study the next point in this periodic classification of element. This is my school and my school secretary, institution secretary, respected Honorable Alluri Guruji, and my all teachers. Students, like, share and subscribe this science YouTube channel Ramesh Jadhav to get daily videos. Students, in this video we are going to study the next point in the periodic classification of element, and that is the modern periodic table. Up till now we have seen that in this chapter Doberan's triads, Newland's law of octaves, and in this period we are going to study the modern periodic table. As we know that the scientific world didn't know about the interior of the atom when Mendeleev put forth his classification of elements in his periodic table. But after the discovery of electrons, scientists started exploring relation between the electron number of an atom and the atomic number. We have many times say that is atomic mass number and atomic number. What is the difference? Atomic mass is a mass of the atom, that is the mass of atom means mass of nucleons, that is the particles which are present in the nucleus, that is proton plus neutrons. Its mass means the mass of the atomic mass of that atom, because electrons mass is a negligible one. Then atomic mass number. What is atomic mass number? Atomic mass number is the total number of nucleons present in the nucleus of an atom, that is the subatomic particles protons plus neutrons. They are present in the nucleus of atom. They are together. When we add them, when we sum them, that number we call the atomic mass number. And what is atomic number? The atomic number is the number of positively charged protons in the nucleus or the number of negatively charged particles, that is electrons, which are revolving around the nucleus. That is, the atomic number is the number of protons or number of electrons in an atom. That number that we call the atomic number. In 1930, English scientist Henry Moseley demonstrated that the atomic number of the element that corresponds to the positive charge on the nucleus or the number of protons in the nucleus of an atom of that element, and this reveals that the atomic number is a more fundamental property of the element than that of the atomic mass. And from this he stated the law, that is the properties of the element are the periodic functions of their atomic numbers. That is, properties of elements means physical properties and chemical properties of the elements. They are periodic functions of their atomic numbers, means after certain interval of time, after certain number of atomic numbers, these characters, that is properties of the elements, get repeated after certain atomic number, and that is the law that we call the modern periodic law. The properties of elements are the periodic functions of their atomic numbers. In this topic, that is the modern periodic table, it is also known as the long form of the periodic table. In the modern periodic table, the elements they are arranged in accordance with their atomic number, that is in increasing order of their atomic number, and as a result most of the drawbacks of this Mendeleev's periodic table they get disappeared, they get removed from this table. That is the problem of the isotopes. That is, isotope has the same atomic number, so they get placed in a same position. That is another, that is the position of cobalt and nickel. The cobalt has a lesser atomic number, so it gets first. In this way, the problems which we have drawbacks seen in these more Mendeleev's periodic table, they get removed in this modern periodic table. But the ambiguity about the position of hydrogen is not removed even in this modern periodic table also. The modern periodic table, as we see that, it is also known as the long form of the periodic table. Then we will see the structure of the modern periodic table. As we know that in the modern periodic table, all 118 elements they get fitted in a various boxes, and in the modern periodic table it contains 7 horizontal rows, and these horizontal rows that we call the periods, and they get numbered from 1 to 7. There are 7 periods in the modern periodic table. Similarly, 18 vertical columns in this periodic table, and they are called the groups, and they are numbered from 1 to 18. Apart from these 7 rows, 2 rows they are shown separately at the bottom of the periodic table, and these are called, that is the lanthanides and actinides series separately. That is the structure of the modern periodic table. Look here, in this modern periodic table we will see there are 18, that is groups, and 7 periods are here. That is, in a first period there are only 2 elements, that is hydrogen and helium. In the second period, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. In the third period, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon. In the fourth period it continues, that is this modern periodic table contains the 18 groups and the 7 periods. In this periodic table, if we see, that is the entire periodic table is get divided into 4 blocks. This entire periodic table is get divided into 4 blocks, that is S block, P block, D block and F block. In the S block, we will see that is the first 2 groups, that is group 1 and 2, they are the elements in the S block, and in the P block element there are group number 13 to 18 elements, they are placed in a P block, and in a D block the groups 3 to 12 they are in a D block elements, and the 2 series, that is lanthanide series and actinide series, these elements they are called the F block elements. The S block elements they are called the normal elements. P block elements they are the incomplete, that is D block element they are called the transition element, and F block element they are called the intertransition elements. The 3 traditional types, if you see here in the periodic table, that is a zigzag line can be drawn in the P block of the periodic table, and 3 traditional types of the elements can be clearly shown in the periodic table with the help of this zigzag line. The metalloid elements lie along the border of the zigzag line. All these metals, they are lie on the left side of the zigzag line, and while all the non-metals, they are lie on the right side of the zigzag line. Then that is the modern periodic table and electronic configuration of the element. What is the electronic configuration? The distribution of electrons in a different orbits that we call the electronic configuration. If we look here, within the period, the neighboring elements differ slightly in their properties, while when we go apart from this, when we see the distinct element, they are differ widely in their properties in the same period. For example, if we consider the third period, the elements are sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon are there. If we see the properties in between sodium and magnesium, there is a slight difference. The difference is very less, it is slight difference. But if we consider the elements in the same period, but they are apart from each other, they are in a long distance, that is sodium and silicon, there is a more difference in their properties, means their difference get wide. Elements, but in elements in the same group, they shows the similarities and gradations in the properties, that is the characters of the same group are the same, they shows the similar chemical properties, but there may be difference in their physical properties due to change in their atomic number, that is more difference in their atomic numbers. But periods in the modern periodic table, they are, if we consider the properties of the elements in the same period, the nearer element shows the slight difference, but the distant elements in the same period, they shows the wide difference. That is, it is the electronic configuration of the electron which decide the group and the period in which it to be fitted. If we know the atomic number of the element, we can calculate, or we can say in which group and which element, in which period this element should be fitted. It is depend upon the electronic configuration of that element. For example, if we take the example of the sodium, in the sodium, its atomic number is 11. See here, its atomic number is 11. Its electronic configuration will be 281. In the last orbit, there is a one electron, this electron in the last orbit that we call the valence electron, and this valence electron decide the group in which the sodium should be placed. In the last, that is in the last cell or in the last orbit, there is one electron, so it is in a first group, and the number of cells or the orbit decides the period of that element. Here the electrons, they get distributed in a 3 cells or 3 orbits, and therefore sodium is the element in a first group, in the third period and in the third period. It means that the number of cells or orbit decides the period of the element, and the number of valence electron or the number of electrons present in the last orbit, this decides the number of group of that element. So groups and the electronic configuration, if we see here the elements in the first group, that is hydrogen, lithium, sodium and potassium. Here if you see the electronic configuration, hydrogen 1, lithium 2, 1, sodium 2, 8, 1, potassium 2, 8, 8, 1. In this group, if we see the number of valence electrons are the same, and that is the 1. And therefore, as we go down in the group, number of cells goes on increasing, but the number of valence electrons are the same, and therefore they have the same valency. What is the valency? It is the capacity to combine the combining capacity of the element, that we call the valency of that element. Means when that element combines with the other elements, how many number of electrons it gives, or it takes, or it shares that number of electrons, number of gaining electrons, number of donating electrons, or number of sharing electrons. That is the valency of that element. What is the valency? Valency is the combining capacity of that element, and here in a same group there are same number of valence electrons, and therefore their valency is the same, because the valence electron decide the valency of that element. In the second group, if we see the beryllium, magnesium, calcium, the electronic configuration is a 2, 2, 2, 8, 2, and calcium, that is 2, 8, 8, 2. Here also, if we observe, the valence electrons are the same. There are 2 valence electrons, means electrons in the outermost orbit, that we call the valence electron, and these valence electrons are the same, but the number of cells goes on increasing. This is all about the period, that is the group and the electronic configuration. In this video we have seen that the long form periodic table, its structure, and about the elements and its electronic configuration, and its position in the modern periodic table. In the next video we will see the various aspects regarding the modern periodic table, that is the periodic trend in the modern periodic table. Then we will see the atomic size. Then the next point is metallic and non-metallic characters. Then various aspects regarding the modern periodic table. Thank you.